ZANU-PF 2025 conference is full of controversies, and General Chiwenga didn't mince his words. So despite the attacks on General Chiwenga, he actually re-emphasized what must happen within Zimbabwe. Let us take a look.
His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and First Secretary of our Revolutionary Party, ZANU-PF, on the occasion of our 22nd ZANU-PF Annual National People's Conference. This is not merely another conference. It is a moment of reflection, renewal, and recommitment to the timeless values that have carried our revolutionary party ZANU-PF from the liberation struggle to the envisaged future. Distinguished guests, comrades and friends, holding this conference in Manicaland is profoundly symbolic as Mutare occupies a sacred place in the liberation story of our country. It was a crucial gateway through which thousands of our brave sons and daughters crossed into Mozambique to wage the struggle for our independence. Through these mountains behind us and valleys, they slipped across the border, young, determined, and full of conviction to bases such as Chimoyo, Nyazonya, and Tembwe in Mozambique. Those who crossed through Botswana and the Zambezi Valley went to Mkushi and Freedom Camp in Zambia, among others. And in all respective camps, the price of freedom was paid in full measure. Before they even fired a single shot, men endured the harshest conditions, such as disease, attacks by wild animals, hunger and starvation. Far too many died nameless deaths in the bush and under aerial bombardment. They perished not in battle, but in hope, believing that their sacrifices would purchase a just, dignified, and prosperous Zimbabwe for all. Those camps in Mozambique and Zambia were not just military outposts, they were altars of sacrifice, places where pain, courage, and faith fused into the spirit of liberation. The cries of those who fell still echo across these hills. Their blood speaks from the soil, reminding us that our freedom was not inherited. It was earned with suffering, sealed in blood and consecrated by unwavering conviction. Today, as we gather on this sacred ground, we are summoned by that same spirit, the spirit of endurance, honesty, unity, and service. The foreign are watching us. Their blood demands integrity. Their voices cry out against all ills, corruption, laziness, and moral decay. The liberation struggle was a collective mission in which the masses, that is, the people, the youth, traditional leaders and children, all played a decisive role. Guerrilla warfare was people's warfare. Every home was either a base, a place to eat, or where clothes were sewn. Every family was part of the revolution. That bond between the party and the people must remain unbroken. The same unity and singleness of purpose that drove our liberation struggle must now be the moral compass guiding us into the future. We have a history which tells us, which informed us to be where we are today. And today must inform the future. We must continue to move forward as one party, one people, one destiny, bound by a shared vision. Comrades and friends, our theme this year, Attainment of Vision 2030 through economic empowerment and value addition, captures the central task before us. That is, to build a people-centered economy that empowers every Zimbabwean and ensures that our national wealth benefits all, not just a privileged few. Economic empowerment must be genuine, equipping all our people with the means to produce, innovate our own innovate and own our own destiny. That is the essence of Vision 2030, and that is the essence of the revolutionary continuity. We must always remember that we are not the Alpha and Omega of Zimbabwe's journey. Ours is to carry forward the torch passed to us by those who gave everything without expectation of reward. Some of them, like our late commander, General Josiah Magama Tongogara, knew they would not see a liberated Zimbabwe. He was told openly, when the day comes that this country is going to be free, you will die. But he still fought until the last day. They fought for the future, not for themselves. Vision 2030, therefore, must be understood in the same light as a party and national covenant. It is about the Zimbabwe we will bequeath to the generation
So I apologize for my network, but this is what General Chiwenga had to say. And it's very, very important for us to look upon and understand what did he mean. So he delivered a masterclass, he delivered something which is very, very powerful. And given the circumstances and the political discourse in the nation of Zimbabwe, you would understand that the man is not giving up. The man continues to roll within the ZANU-PF structures. So VP Chiwenga emphasized on several things which are very important. But let us take a look on key issues briefly, which he talked about. He spoke about the historical legacy. He reminded Jigananda that um, what happened is there are people who died for the liberation of this country. He emphasized that there are people who sacrificed, and that sacrifice should inspire the mission today. So he communicated and said that leadership should be stewardship, not entitlement. There are people who are entitled to lead. They say because they are entitled to. And this is something which is very important. So he's reinforcing the idea of stewardship, not personal entitlement, says Ruto and Jigananda. And this creates then high moral ground. That is the reason why you could see that he was cheered actually when he was delivering this whole speech. He spoke much about wealth development and inclusiveness. He said that wealth must benefit all. This has been the message number one. The message is to same. General Chiwenga believes that everybody and everyone should benefit from the resources of this nation. So he is referring to the issues of corruption. He is referring to the issues of state capture, and also the betrayal which has happened in Zimbabwe politically. So he's raising critical issues and critical things, which Jigananda have been deliberately ignoring, and Jigananda have deliberately looked aside. So he's actually telling the people that development outcomes which are uneven must be even and must be equal, and citizens must not be left behind. So General Chiwenga is calling for transparency, is calling for accountability, and in terms of how resources are being used. And remember, ZANU-PF is in Jonjo. The resources within ZANU-PF, they've been used differently. So the message is resonating with the grassroots. It's resonating with what the people of the Republic of Zimbabwe are asking. So he is actually positioning himself as a reform-oriented leader within ZANU-PF, something which Mnangagwa never never imagined would happen. So VP Chiwenga is telling or is speaking about internal party discipline and ideology, and he's attacking Larakashi. He stressed that loyalty to the party structure, policies, and ideology is very important and very paramount. It's no longer loyalty to individuals. It's no longer loyalty to factional leaders. So Mnangagwa created parallel structures everywhere, where his people communicate parallelly, and they do their own things their own way. And General Chiwenga is actually telling them that that is not the way to go. So when you are looking at this speech and you are looking at whatever which Comrade Chiwenga said, he's actually touching very critical issues which are very important within ZANU-PF. So succession issues. although he didn't openly challenge Mnangagwa by name, there are signs or issues which we picked, which are very, very critical right here. He accused the elements within the party of repeating the sins of the past, and he accused them of turning ZANU-PF into personal fiefdom. We know that is what he said in 2017. He's actually repeating some of the issues he raised in 2017 in 2025. So he actually said that ZANU-PF as the torch cannot be used as a platform for personal aggrandizement. It can't be used to fight personal issues. So when you're looking at everything VP Chiwenga is actually talking about, he's talking about more about accountability, he's talking more about inclusivity, he's talking more about the direction which the party should take. So focus on corruption and governance. He focused much on corruption. He called for transparency, not only transparency, in government contracts, in public assets, in party resources. The same things he raised in the dossier. He's actually stressing out that there is need for the country to make sure that the contracts, the government contracts, whatever happens to them, there is transparency. Public assets, there is transparency. Party resources, there is transparency. And every wealth should benefit everyone, not just the few. So whatever which is happening, what we can say is General Chiwenga is not turning back. He's not actually going back. The man is moving ahead with the agenda to stop Zviganana. And this is becoming more interesting because this is happening at the most crucial point of Zimbabwean politics, where he was just warned through Ziyambi and was accused of near treason. He's not looking back, he's not going back. So VP Chiwenga is talking about the Vision 2030, not the 2030 leadership mantra. And he's actually talking about two things which are different. The vision itself and the mantra. These are two things which are very different. So the tone, you're looking at the tone, the man is composed, the man measures himself, and he's actually confronting Mnangagwa and Zviganana. He's not even turning back. So he is blending the party unity language with calls to reform. So the man is very, very calculative. He will not provoke, but he will invoke something. So that is something which is very, very important. He is talking about things as a collective, not as an individual. And that is what leadership does. So when we are looking at whatever which is happening, we are looking at how is Mnangagwa going to respond to how Chiwenga framed the corruption, discipline, and also the issues of deviation from the liberation values. How is Mnangagwa going to respond to that? We are looking at General Chiwenga. Does this consolidate his support base within the party? We are looking at young people within ZANU-PF, not just a few people who were invited to the conference. Are they able to grasp the message and follow the message? And he continuously speaks about wealth for all. He continuously speaks about accountability
And that is something which is very important. To what end? So whatever happens, I believe that General Chiwenga is a man who is fearless, is a man who is actually fighting for what he believes in. So very, very interesting moments ahead in terms of Zimbabwean politics, and we will continue to look at whatever which is happening within ZANU-PF and the country. But what we can say at this point is they are winning. The general is actually winning because he's winning the minds and hearts of people. Ukaona vanhu vanga vachitumwa kuti vakubhuwe, vakukuomberera nekukupururudzira, it's something else. That is sending a very, very deliberate, great message to Gananda. So we'll wait to see how everything ends, but at this point in time, it's something else.